Hello everyone, today is Thursday, May 17th. It's 3:05 p.m., about 55 minutes before the regular session closed. You can see my computer clock here, the date and time, and then on my left is the time and sales for the EMini S&P, currently trading at 27.22 1/4. So another great day for the Autotrader, particularly the DAX, which appears to be on somewhat of a winning streak. First up, we have the DAX on the Super Renko 14 tick. And this is the one with the $5,000 goal, and basically I turned it off at 3,300 because we were getting close to our close time anyway of the position. You can see here I might have done a little better, but by the time this exited here I probably would have ended up about the same. So basically what I did was avoid some exposure in the market and closed this position at P&L for the day at 3,300. And you can see the trades here. Once again, the Autotrader showing the ability to absorb losing trades. So there's no way around having losing trades in trading, whether it's automation or manual trading. The best traders have losing trades, and you will have losing trades. But the point of all this is that the Autotrader absorbs the losers pretty good, as you can see, even in a volatile market like the DAX. These trades, actually this much movement was several $100s profit. So going back a few days where I mentioned that, even if you traded one contract in the DAX, a move of, say going short at 13,034 and this market just went down, 10 or 12 ticks, that's on two contracts, that's $500 in the DAX, easy. Okay, next up is the DAX on a 100 tick line break with a higher time frame of Super Renko 8 tick, but pretty high sensitivity. So basically we're only going long on the DAX, and that worked out pretty good. This chart has been seen quite a bit this week, just going long, and from the looks of this I could probably do a little better on my profit targets and trailing stops, just kind of noticing how I might improve this template, because remember, my templates are not overly optimized. I try to come up with initial settings that make sense based on the size of the swings, and then I have observations later on and can see where I might need to make some adjustments. Anyway, this hit its goal of 2,500 or so and probably had a couple of ticks slippage. Remember, we use a market order when we hit our daily goal. Okay, next, the NASDAQ on a 2584 Heikin-Ashi chart. NASDAQ has been doing really well. This had a single short trade, as you can see here, with pretty good trade placement, exit, and entry. And the goal on this, I believe, is a little higher than 1650. It's 2250. But this is probably the most desirable situation here, just a single trade with a strong profit, about $800 per contract. Okay, the DAX on the Super Renko 14 tick with the $2,000 goal had only two trades, these two winners here with excellent trade placement here, and obviously probably didn't take this trade. We probably didn't get filled on our limit order, and then we came back and had two winning trades here and hit our goal. There's a couple of charts here with open positions. I wanted to show those. The EMini S&P on the Super Renko 2 tick with a 4 tick higher time frame is currently long. Closed P&L is 475, and the market dropping here, we're definitely giving some back. This was much better when it was up here, but so it goes. In any case, open position here, we'll see how it goes. Line break charts work really well with the Autotrader, and here's a good example, the 987 tick line break. Once again, you can see the Autotrader ability to absorb losing trades here. So we had several nice winners. This one I think is trading 3 contracts, and our goal on this is 1,300. So we probably hit our goal and had a tick slippage per contract. Okay, the EMini S&P on a Super Renko 6 tick. This one starts trading pre-market. We have a couple of charts that we run on the 6 tick with different settings. This drew down quite a bit, actually, about $800 or $400 per contract. But again, as I've stated several times recently, that the Autotrader ability to recover from an $800 drawdown to a $900 profit. That's a $1,700 swing each way. So negative 800 to plus 900, it means it had to earn 1,700, which it did on these two trades here. So really nice performance on the Super Renko 6 tick. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 7 tick did 1150 for the day, and our goal on this one is 1800, so shy of our goal. Okay, EMini S&P on a regular 5 Renko chart, and we've seen this chart a lot. Looks like we had 2 winning trades here, came up to 912, so probably hit our goal of 1,000 and had some slippage. Okay, another open position here. We got a closed P&L of 387.50, and we are long on this trade right here, so we're just right at break even here, depending on what happens in the market, if it rolls over or bounces back. So anyway, 387 close P&L. Even if I close this position here, it would still be a good day like that. So break even on that trade. 387 for the day is not bad on 2 contracts for a small account. Okay, here's another chart on the Super Renko 4 tick, and this was moderately active today. It looks like we drew down some. Not that much, really, only $200 or $100 per contract. So we got a closed P&L of 325, an open P&L of about 100, and it's really hard to say, but it looks like the market's favoring the downside, so this might turn out pretty good. Okay, another chart of the Super Renko of a regular 5 Renko, and this has a goal of only 750 and fixed targets. We're trailing our stop after we hit our first target. So you can see here our first profit target is 16 ticks. If we hit 16 ticks, we're trailing by 1 bar, so obviously that's why it exited here. And that seems to work pretty good on this chart. I'm going to say we probably hit our goal and had some slippage, and that was it for today on this one, 687. Okay, the DAX on 150 Heikin-Ashi chart continues its winning streak. Modest gain for the DAX of 400 on 2 contracts, and it looks like this was pretty active today. It did have an equity high in the early going of about $900 on the first trade, and then came back to that level. So this equity curve is kind of sideways, up and down, but still finished on the plus side of the ledger, still being consistent. Okay, this EMini S&P on a 1-minute chart with a 3-minute higher time frame. You know, I showed this at the request of a client. I don't want everyone to get in the habit of thinking that I'm just going to show charts just because people request it. I get a lot of requests. I would spend my whole day coming up with settings for charts that people request if I did every one. But I just left this on the screen, and it's been interesting because it hasn't had a losing trade yet, and it only seems to trade once a day. So it's interesting what it's showing so far. I'm not sure. Perhaps if I spent some more time with the settings, we could get a little more mileage out of the targets, but I just spent a very short time coming up with settings for this, but I think settings could be improved. But nevertheless, it just goes to show that the Autotrader can be versatile. You can come up with charts or time frames that I don't normally show and get performance out of them. Okay, the mid cap on a Super Renko 10 tick. This has been really consistent for us. We've seen it quite a bit. It did 990 today. I think the goal on this is 1,000 or 500 per contract, and that was hit. We had 2 losers and 2 winners. Once again, the losers being small here. The NASDAQ on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart had 2 trades back-to-back doing 1590 for the day, and this has a goal of 2250. So once again, really excellent trade placement here. Back-to-back, the indicator signals looking really good, and this just went short again. So it's 3:20 p.m. or it's allowed to take a trade up to 15:30. So you can see that fill here was on our limit order. We have a limit order of a pullback of 8 ticks from the close of the bar, so it looks like that was hit there. And we're short. Let's see how this goes. Okay, next is the crude oil on the Precision Renko 8150. This looks like it had been asleep for a while, but now starting to show again. This did 1,000 and hit its goal for the day, I believe, of 1,000. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.